Hey guys, it's Rose, and this week we're talking about indigo childs. I'm not going to talk about what are indigo childs. I'm not going to say where it comes from because the two other hosts this week really talked about that already, and everything that I wanted to say about that has already been said. So check out the previous videos if you want to know more about that part of the indigo childs. What I am going to talk about is how to find out that you are one. And I'm gonna give you a few signs, and then maybe you can be like, oh, I might be an indigo child, and do your own research on the whole wide internet. um, so the first sign, I am checking this on my phone because it's very hard to really like remember everything. So the first point is you're strong-willed, and I'm gonna lay this phone down. Okay. So strong-willed, what that means for me is if you really want something, you just go for it. If you have a goal, you will do everything to reach that goal, and you just go straight forward. Um, Another thing that I really resonate with that first point is your strong-willed and authority, just as in school or work, just really doesn't resonate with you. If people say you have to do this, you will just take a whole leap and do it in another way to reach the same goal. So, for example, sitting at school, all in lines in your study books, and they say what you have to do, it's probably not for you. You could recognize it when you were a child that authority was just not your thing, and that you were very rebellious. That's probably one of the biggest signs that you're an indigo child. It's also resonated with ADHD. Um, and that's one of the main things that I found that resonate with indigo childs. Most, not all, but most of the indigo childs also have ADHD, which again resonates with not being able to sit still, listen to authority, and so on. Sorry. The second part is you're an old soul. What I understand from being an old soul is you think in another way than the people of your age. When I was a child, when I was connecting with the people of my class, I always had another view on things. I was more mature than the other kids, and that really like bothered because I couldn't connect with those people of my class. So I always played with the older kids at school. So that might be also a sign that you're just an old soul. And for it can also mean that some things you know from like ages that how am I going to explain this? So you remember things from ages that the things weren't there anymore. So, for example, a very old radio and like the get I don't know the English word, like the tapes where you put it in and it scrolls the music for in your radio. I don't know the English word. Sucks. Anyway, so maybe well, we all knew what that was, but for example, a child in this time doesn't really know what that is. So if they see it and they already know, oh, I have to put it like this and blah 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 blah, then it might be that they are an old soul and they reincarnated into this life, and they already know things from in the past, which they didn't learn in this life. So a lot of explanation there. The language barrier is hard. Anyway, so the third one is you're a free thinker. And when I think about a free thinker, I always think like you have this box. And the people who think inside the box are not free thinkers. It's when you go outside the box and you think about all those other ideas and you're a very creative mind, then you're a free thinker. So you don't think inside the box. And I think most of the people who are already watching this channel are free thinkers, because you're not going to explore all this mystical if you're not a free thinker. Next point, you're a passionate truth seeker. A passionate truth seeker for me is someone who will always find and search for the real truth. For example, you read something, and if you're not sure if it's really the truth and just someone's opinion, you will just seek further and further in anywhere possible to find the real truth. Or if someone tells you a story, and you will always know if this is true or not, and if it's not true, you will ask further to be sure that the person is not lying, for example. So yeah, really finding and seeking the truth. And because of your strong will, point one, you will always go hardcore to know the truth and seek the truth, and you will find it. So the next one is you're highly intuitive. Being intuitive can start in small things. For example, you're thinking about someone, and suddenly your phone goes off and it's that same person. That's your intuitive saying, oh, that person is going to call you. Stupid example, but it's the easiest way to explain. Or if you know that your bus is going to be late and it actually is late. So little things. And I think, but I'm not really sure. I have a mixed feeling about this. Yes, I think that everyone can be intuitive, because intuition can be like trained. If you notice, oh, that was my intuition, and you recognize that intuition, it will grow bigger, and then you will be more intuitive. I think that if you, as a child, are already intuitive without training it, then it's probably a sign that you're an indigo, but maybe that kid already trained it without even knowing. So that's a whole other opinion on being intuitive. I think everyone can be intuitive. You want to change the world. Indigos are really, they have a reason that they are on this planet, in this universe. They really have a life purpose. So the harder part is knowing what is that indigo's child's his purpose or her purpose. So they all have where was I? Yeah, so they all want to change the world in in another way. So maybe, for example, they're really connected with nature, and that's also the last part. So they're really connected with nature, and they really want to do something for the environment. They really want to do something, make a group, and pick up some trash, for example. And the good thing about indigos is that they are probably going to make that happen, that other people will also pick up that trash because they see the indigo child do that. So yeah, they really want to change the world, and they will do anything, everything, once they know their life's purpose, to really change that world. And we need those indigo childs to do so, because let's be honest, yeah, it's not like it used to be, right? So yeah, go indigo's childs. The next one is you're empathetic and compassionate. I myself am a empath, so I can really feel emotions from other people, and indigo's childs do so too. For example, when you're talking to someone, even if they're smiling, you can feel like a sad emotion, and that's probably because the person who is smiling at you has a mask, and you can really feel those emotions of that person, and that can start to help you to talk to that person and help that other person. So I think I always say that it's a gift, but also a curse. Because sometimes you feel so many mixed emotions that you can't know what are your own emotions. So you really have to like block it off, meditate a lot, and just try and protect yourself from all the incoming emotions from other people. For example, when you're in a big crowd, uh, yeah, that's not fun at all because you feel so many mixed emotions and you never know which one is yours. And for example, you suddenly can feel so sad, and then you just look around and in the corner you see a sad person. Yeah, that's the reason why you felt sad, because you really felt that. And yeah, being compassionate, we all know what compassionate is. So yeah. It's really the combination of the two. So being an empath, it can be possible that you're really not compassionate, but you can feel the emotions and that you will use it in a very bad way to make the person, for example, feel even more sad. Um, but if you're compassionate and you're an empath, it's good to help people, but it's very tiring for yourself. Anyway, the next one is you're a loner and an autonomous personality. I have no idea what autonomous means, but a loner, I know what it is. It's probably due to the empathic side that you prefer to be alone at times. That being alone is the most relaxing moment, because at that moment you are just one with your own emotions. And if you go a lot, when you do a lot with all people and in groups, and when you come home you're so tired, and sometimes you just want to be just sitting on my couch watching TV, blocking off all the emotions. Watching TV can also be very tiring, to be fair, because I really connect with emotions on TV too. For example, the news, I don't watch that. Reading newspapers, I don't do that because it's so heavy on me. I can't handle that. I can't see the truth about the world because it's so painful. Um, so yeah, I'm a stranger to what's happening in the world outside my own. Anyway, so the next one is you're highly creative. And I think that's needed as an indigo child if you want to change the world and do all those things. So yeah, creative. It can mean in arts, fantasy, writing, poetry, painting, all those things. Most people can be an indigo child if they also resonate with the other points. And the last one, you have a strong connection with nature and animals. Um, Indigo childs are here to change the world, and they have a life purpose. And that's probably why they have such a strong connection with animals and nature. Because let's be honest, we're not doing so great for nature and for the animals around us. We humans are destroying Mother Gaia. We are destroying everything around us. It's probably not what we wanted, but we did it. Um, and the Indigo Childs recognize that, and they really want to try and help nature. They really want to try and help the animals around, and they will be strong-willed and do anything to try and help that. And I think even if you're not an indigo child, we all have to help the environment, help nature, help Mother Gaia, and help the animals to make this world better again. Because if we keep doing what we're doing right now, it's not gonna take long anymore. And we should really support the indigo childs and everyone who is helping nature. So this video is longer than I expected. So I'll see you guys next week on Friday. If you have opinions, or if you think you're an indigo child, or if you know more information, please share with me. because I'm really interested in this. So I'll see you guys again next Friday, and I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. Bye bye.